how's everybody doing today? I have the question box open, so if you have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free. Usually, I do this presentation in like an hour, but I only have 45 minutes today. So I'm going to go a little bit fast. Like I said, if you guys have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to ask questions. Today, I'm going to teach you guys about cryptocurrencies. If you guys ever turn on CNBC, which I watch almost all day long, you will watch Bitcoin going across the tape. Now they're getting to a point where they're talking about Ethereum and Ripple. So it's a very interesting market, and it's basically like a new wave of stocks, okay? Not that many people are in the space, and I'm here to teach you guys what cryptocurrencies are, how you can use them as one of two variables. You can use them as a basket of assets, which I use them for. So I'm more of a hodler where I buy cryptocurrencies and then I hold them, or you can use them to actively trade. If you guys like to trade volatile environments, obviously the market's very volatile now, but if you like to trade volatile environments, you can trade cryptocurrencies, which are very volatile, which means high risk, high reward. Little risk disclaimer, I have to put this in every single presentation. Day trading, short-term trading, option trading, future trading are extremely risky undertaking. They are generally not appropriate for someone with little capital, little to no trading experience, or low tolerance of risk. Never execute a trade unless you're willing and prepared to lose your entire investment. No trades are recommendations or advice, and we cannot be sued for losses of capital. I am not a registered investment advisor. I cannot give recommendations or advice. I trade on my own account every single day live in front of my subscriber base. This is my account. This is not my crypto account, but you can see here I'm up about $2,000 today. Took two nice little day trades, both shorts, Apple and Tesla. Made 1,000 on those. And this is a real dollar account. Everything I trade is real money and live. So up about $2,000 today. So having a pretty good today because I'm leaning to the short side. Contract your broker or registered investment advisor for execution, margin, and other capital requirements. Everybody watching today's presentation is here to all risk disclaimers on www.alphashark.com and www.acryptoshark.com. What is mining for Bitcoin? Don't worry about it because you can't make money mining Bitcoin. Anybody that tells you they can make money mining Bitcoin, good luck. Okay, so I heard about Bitcoin a long, long time ago. And I'm not going to sit here and say I was one of the early adopters and I've been in Bitcoin for a very long time. But what a little story about how I heard about Bitcoin. My old COO came into the office. He goes, "AK, have you heard of this Bitcoin thing?" I was like, "Talk to me about it." He goes, "Well, it's these coins and they used to be worth $1 and now they're worth about $350. He goes, "I really think you should buy some." And as someone who invests in a lot of different things, I said, "Sure, sounds good. Here's my credit card. Go buy me $5,000 worth of Bitcoin and tell me when they come in the mail." And he goes, "What do you mean when they come in the mail?" I'm like, I'm long gold coins, I'm long silver coins. Why would I want to be long Bitcoin too? I can sit there and play with them at my desk while I'm shuffling, like I shuffle poker chips. I want Bitcoin. He goes, "AK, you don't get it." I'm like, "What do I not get?" He goes, they aren't actual coins. They're stored on your computer." And I said, "Why would I want something that's stored on my computer? That sounds ridiculous. I want tangible things that are in front of me live." Okay. So after that, I was like, I really don't want these things. So I actually didn't buy Bitcoin. Then as the business has evolved, as you see on CNBC and everybody talks about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, I started getting into the market in about September-ish, maybe like August. So I've been in about 6 months. And what we're going to talk to you guys is about our master boot camp, how you will learn how to trade the cryptocurrency space. It is very volatile. It is here to stay, and I think it's going to last a very long time. So a little bio about myself. My name is Andrew Keene. I'm a full-time trader, author, educator. I've written 5 books and 10 ebooks on 3 different subjects. Have lived in Chicago, San Diego, Austin, and Dallas all in the last 3 years. Regular contributor on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, and BNN Canada. Actually, next week, I'm going to LA to shoot a pilot on my own show on CNBC, which I'm totally killer stoked about. And hopefully, it's on the Airbnb business model. That will start filming we'll start filming it, and then next fall, I'll have my own show on TV. You guys can say, "Hey, you saw a webinar with this guy that has his own show." So a little thing about trends is your friend. I came into the market today. I said, any rally, I'm going to sell. What happened? The market rallied. What I do? I got short and I made money. Okay. It's the same thing in the cryptocurrency space. If you look at any chart on the weekly chart, monthly chart, it is clear sales sale ahead. Clear sale ahead. So the cryptocurrency space has had a recent pullback. That doesn't mean it's going to continue to have recent pullback. I'm very, very bullish on the crypto space. So here is a couple of my profit and loss statements. This is 2007. This was when the market was crumbling. And the market selling off in 2007 and 2008 was very, very similar to cryptos going up. Because why would you ever be short cryptos? Because they just go up over time. Just like 2007 when the market was collapsing. You can see here I made $1.5 million in 2007. Then in 2008, it even got better. I made $3.4 million trading. I was in an 80-20 split, and this is before payment for order flow and commissions. So as you can see here, I know how to trade volatile markets. I know how to trade trending markets, and I want to trade trend is your friend, okay? If we rally at all, I'm selling the market. As we go down, I want to sell more of the market. Why? Trend is your friend. I think the market is going to get crushed. We are now down 1% on the year, and the VIX is trading 33. Okay, that sounds really, really weird and interesting. We're unchanged on the year, basically. We're down 1%, and the VIX is trading 33. So I want to be short this market, just like I want to be long cryptocurrencies. Today, I'm going to teach you the fundamentals behind cryptocurrencies, and we're going to talk about a passive asset allocation. I'm writing an article or a big long piece currently right now that talks about how I think Bitcoin will be your flight to safety when the market sells off. As stocks go lower, more people sell stocks. As they sell stocks, they need to put money into something. Their two choices are bonds, but the new choice, I think, is going to be cryptos. So this is going to be a flight to safety, and I think Bitcoin will move higher as the market loses lower, and this sets as an opportunity as a hedge against a basket of stocks. So from my point of view, cryptocurrencies are 100% the best reward to risk setup of anything possible in the world currently today. If someone said to me, AK, I have $5,000. Okay, let's say someone said I had $5,000. I want to risk it. Okay, I'm a gambler. Okay, I want that money to be $50,000. Okay, you guys got to understand that the stock market is trading all-time highs. Do you really want to be long in the stock market? I don't. 10-year bonds are trading 10-year bonds are trading 2.6%, maybe 2.7%. After inflation, you're actually getting negative. Okay, cryptocurrencies represent the opportunity to potentially 10x your money in 3 to 5 years, if not sooner. Okay, so I look at cryptocurrencies basically as a binary bet. Binary means 50-50. There's a 50% chance that the government steps in, just like they did in online poker, and they say it is illegal for you to trade cryptocurrencies. If you trade cryptocurrencies, then we will shut you down, or it's just illegal. And the other 50% chance is that that it goes to 100,000. Okay, John McPhee is one of the biggest proponents, Roger Ver. So 50% chance out of your whole investment of $5,000, in my opinion, that 5,000 is going to go worthless to zero. Okay, but there's a 50% chance that it 10x's. Okay, in poker, because I play a lot of poker, there's something called EV, expected, or ER2, expected return. If you took the average of 50,000 or zero, it's 25,000. Okay, so your EV, you have to be in cryptos, 100%. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. Okay, 50% chance from my point of view they go to zero, 50% of chance from my point of view they 10x. That represents the best reward to risk setup as anything I've ever seen in this world. I am kind of into game theory, I'm into probability, I'm into math, and this is my point of view of the fact that cryptos represent the best reward to risk setup out there. Okay, so what is a cryptocurrency? If you guys are new to cryptos, that's great because we have a boot camp we're going to offer you at the end. And you say, hey, I don't understand this cryptocurrency thing. AK, can you explain what this cryptocurrency thing is? Okay, so you can look at cryptocurrencies a couple different ways. One thing you can look at it is it's the internet. It's currency of the internet. Okay, so it's currency of the internet. So there's, you know, the internet started, I don't know, Al Gore created it, or the Russians created it, the government created it to talk to each other, called the intranet. So according to Investopedia, cryptocurrency is defined as a digital or virtual currency that uses cryptography for security. a cryptocurrency is difficult to counterfeit, which is good because US dollar can be counterfeit very well, because of the security feature. A defining feature of the cryptocurrency, and it's arguably endearing allure, is its organic nature. I'll give you a little history lesson really quickly. In 1933, President Roosevelt, as the Federal Reserve printed too much money, President Roosevelt said, we're going to go on a gold standard, which means the US dollar is going to be backed by gold in a vault, Fort Knox. So President Roosevelt said to the US population, it is illegal, we will arrest you if you own gold. You have to sell all the gold you have to the US government. So people started selling the US government gold. We were on the gold standard till 1971 when Nixon took us off the gold standard. So simple and easy, we were on the gold standard. The US dollar was actually backed by something, and it was backed by gold. Okay? Now it's backed by what? The quote unquote faith in good trust of the US government. That is all the US dollar is backed to. So at any point in time, there could be a run on the banks. There's something called fractional reserve, and we're not going to be lending, which we're not going to talk about here. Fractional reserve lending is when the government, the bank, takes that money and then multiplies it by 33. And so let's say, hypothetically speaking, you give the bank $10,000. Okay? You give a bank $10,000 as a deposit. Okay? The bank will then loan out money 33 times that amount. Okay? And this is called the run on the banks. So they will loan out 330,000. Okay? Your $10,000, you see it, right? Oh yeah, it's in my bank account. I see it. Do you actually really see it though? It's a figment of your imagination. Okay? Because now that 10,000 has moved to 330,000. There's now $330,000 created from that 10,000. If every single person in the world, or even the United States, wanted their money back from the bank would not be able to give you money. It's called the run on the banks. Okay? So you might see that money in your bank and say, it's secure, it's FDIC, okay, up to 200,000. But in theory, it's really worthless. The US dollar is worthless. The only reason it trades is because there's buyers and sellers between someone wants to own it, someone wants to sell it. And we're going to go over that as well in diamonds and in gold. So anybody ever says Bitcoin's a scam or Bitcoin's not worth anything or why can't I compete against Bitcoin? I have a rebuttal on all those answers. And one of the biggest answers is look at the federal dollar. Okay. The Federal Reserve is a private entity that can print as much money as they want. As much money as they want, and they can never be audited, okay? Makes you kind of shake your head and say, really? And the answer is yes, okay? They actually can. Let's go to the next slide. So there's two ways to play cryptocurrencies from my point of view. You can trade them as a new asset class, or you can day trade them, okay? Whatever you decide to do, that is up to your own discretion. You can day trade them or you can hodl them, which is what I do. Day trading works very well in the Ichimoku cloud. I have historical data that shows how profitable it has been. So it has been very, very profitable to look at historical volatility and historical data to day trade or swing trade cryptocurrencies. So if you went with a financial advisor, and this we're going to talk about putting them as an asset allocation. If you met with a financial advisor, the normal financial advisor is going to tell you this. We are going to create a portfolio for you here today. The portfolio is going to consist of stocks and bonds. Your asset allocation is going to be 100 minus your agent's stocks. We'll just use me for an example. I'm 38 years young or old. Okay. If I went to a financial advisor and I said, how much money do I want in stocks? How much money do I want in bonds? Financial advisor would say this, 100 minus your age should be in stocks. So 100 minus 38 is 62% of my net worth should be in stocks. I'm going to show you why I completely, utterly disagree with this. If any of you guys are financial advisors, I apologize, but I do not think this is right. Then your bond portfolio should be 100 minus your stocks, which would be 38. Okay. So this would be your asset allocation to retire young. GER. Okay. Stocks and bonds. 62% in stocks, 38% in bonds. There is a lot of problems with this, and I'm going to talk about the problems with it. Problems with it. Number one, the stock market is trading on all-time highs. Okay, we're currently down. Was it 27.75 was the high? Was 150 points. So we're down about 6% from the highs. But basically, we're trading on all-time highs. Okay, so we're down 6% from the highs, but more or less, we're trading on all-time highs. And number two, the 10-year bond is going to get you about 2.7% now. If you take out inflation, which is around 2.6%, you're actually getting about 0.1%. Okay, so two major problems with this asset allocation. Problem number one is that stock market is trading all-time highs. Does anybody actually want to own the stock market for the next 10 years or the next 5 years? You can ask yourself the question, but my answer is no, I do not. Okay, I do not want to own the stock market for the next 10 years. I'm scared of it today. And number two, if you put your money in bonds, you actually lose money after inflation, or maybe you break even. Yeah, it's better than having money in the bank because you're not getting that 2.7%, but it's actually a not very good, reward to risk setup. This is why I'm telling everybody that you need to have a little bit of asset allocation into cryptocurrencies. And if you don't know what cryptocurrencies are at all, that is fine. If you don't know how to trade them, that is fine. If you don't understand what they mean, that is fine. This is why we created an 8.5-hour boot camp for you guys, to take you guys from someone that has no idea what Bitcoin does or is, tell you the 5 main reasons, and I call them Dr. PST, okay? The 5 main reasons why Bitcoin's going to 100,000. Then we'll go through the platforms and we'll show you how you can get into them. When I initially got into them, I had no idea how to use them. I had no idea how to use the platform, but I figured it out. And now we're teaching it to you guys. So this is gonna be an 8.5-hour boot camp. We will teach you guys how to go through all this information, even if you don't know anything about cryptos at all. So we're making a better portfolio for you today. This is what an asset allocation should look like from my point of view. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, cannot give financial advice. So 40% stocks. If you want to sell cash secured puts, if you want to do covered calls, if you want to do deep money call spreads, having money in stocks traditionally gets you about 10.5% a year. Yes, the market is a little weak right now, but I still think the market over time should go up. Number two, 20% in real estate. And I've started to get into a lot of real estate. I have 3 residential real estates I own, a couple I arb long-term short-term rentals, plus I have commercial real estate in my own asset allocation. Bonds, and I like corporate bonds a lot more. That can give you a better bang for your buck than other bonds. So I look at corporate bonds. Alternative investments, and alternative investments is anything from your brother-in-law wants to open a coffee shop to your sister-in-law wants to open a gym or a bar. Those can be profitable. These are going to be HR, high risk, high reward. Okay. Gold, I always have gold on the sidelines just in case the market crashes, because gold should usually go up. That is a flight to safety as well. Then we're introducing a new one to you guys here. It is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, which I'm up about 5%. I'm in about 5% of my portfolio in it here. I want to get it up to 10%. This recent sell-off creates an unbelievable opportunity. So when I did this webinar, probably about a month ago, Bitcoin was trading 20,000, and I kind of pulled up the flag and I said, hey, wait for pullbacks. Okay, not time to get into it right now. Wait for that pullback because there's better opportunities from my point of view. So a couple words to describe cryptocurrencies. The age of the internet has just begun. Cryptos, peer-to-peer, mining, profitability. exchange, Litecoin, digital. Just think of it as internet currency for the internet. Okay. So this is the new wave where you guys can make a lot of money potentially. Okay. I think the stock market's going to crash. I mean, we've already crashed a little bit, but I think we have a lot more downside. So talk about reward to risk setup, R&R. Some people like rest and relaxation. I do not care for rest and relaxation. I prefer reward to risk setup. Okay. Reward to risk setup. So how much I'm willing to risk on a trade versus how much I can potentially make. Okay. This reward to risk setup, as I continue to reiterate, and I tell all my friends that invest anything at all, is 100% the best I've ever seen. Okay. This reward to risk setup, these cryptos can only go to zero. Okay. If you own a company, because I own a couple companies, they can go to negative. Like you could actually own money and have to go through bankruptcy. And that's a good thing about owning calls or owning stocks or owning anything like that. So cryptos can only go to zero. But to the upside, they could 10x. They could 20x. I'll show you examples of currencies we've taken that have, 10x, right? So they've been doing really, really well. And I can think they're going to continue to go well. But like I said, this is an opportunity to get into the crypto space due to the fact that we are seeing a recent sell-off. And this recent sell-off creates opportunity for people that want to get in. So let's compare it to diamonds and gold. Those are the two things you can compare it to. Diamonds became a symbol of prestige back as far as India. Basically, the Aristotle or the rich people wanted diamonds because they're shiny and bright. As they wanted them, the commoners wanted them. They became a symbol of prestige. Do they have industrial production? If I said to you, is diamonds a commodity or a currency? Most of you guys would answer commodity. You'd say they're commodities. They come from the ground. That is actually definition correct, but I do not think it's correct. I think they're more of a commodity. Diamonds actually have no industrial production besides cutting glass. Why are they worth value? De Beers created a market. So you see a diamond on a woman's finger. Diamond's not a rare stone. You want a rare stone, get a ruby, right? But people say, oh, I want a diamond. So simple and easy, guys. They're don't have any value. So diamonds is something you can compare Bitcoin to if you don't understand Bitcoin. Gold. Gold is a metal with no industrial production. Okay. 50% of all gold is used to jewelry and making bullion, which are bars. Okay. So it really doesn't have any industrial production. So if I said to you, is gold a commodity or a currency? Well, gold is actually, it is a technically commodity, but I was actually considered a currency because it is only worth something because someone's willing to pay for it. If at some point in time, everybody said, you know what, we're not going to do gold. We don't want gold anymore. If no one wanted gold in this world, it'd be worthless, right? So it became a trade because basically in the buggies, they didn't want to carry cash around, so they started creating gold around. So what does diamonds and gold have in common? When man assigns value, it becomes instant gratification. When there's limited supply of something, Bitcoin has limited supply. There are only 21 million tokens in the world between now and 2140. US dollar, that actually has unlimited supply. So the US dollar actually has unlimited supply. Diamonds actually have limited supply. Okay. So this is why they created mining, and very similar to the way gold works. All of these commodities were the ones that got in quickly, made the most money. And you would say to yourself, AK, it's too late. It's up to 8,000. This is completely, utterly wrong. The people that got rich owning Amazon didn't own it at 8 because they probably sold it at 30. They owned it at 30 and then ran it to 1,400. People that bought Apple that got rich didn't get rich buying Apple at 8 because they probably sold it at 30. Or sorry, 30 to 8. Amazon 30 to 80. 8 is they probably sold it at 30. The people that got rich Apple are the people that held Apple all the way from 30 to $1,000. So you might say, AK, it's too late. It's 8,000. It's so expensive. The great thing about Bitcoin, you can go buy $100 worth. And we're going to teach you that in the course, how you can buy a small dollar amount. You don't have to go and buy a big dollar amount. you want to go buy $100, you can go buy $100. If you want to go buy $1,000, you can go buy $1,000. So just kind of keep that in mind. You don't need a lot of money to trade cryptos. If you want to trade equity options, you do need a lot of money, but you don't need a lot of money to trade cryptos. So kind of just keep that in mind. Okay. Imagine you invested in the internet during '99, and a lot of people say, "Oh, the internet bubble, all the stocks crashed." Well, it's actually true. A lot of stocks did crash. There's thousands of companies that went out of business. But you know what happens to the strong companies? They survived. Intel, Cisco, eBay, Facebook was before that. So a lot of the strong companies did survive through the internet bubble, and there are new all-time highs. Okay. So, you know, it is true that, you know, a lot of companies went to zero, and a lot of cryptos could go to zero, but there's really, really good cryptos and there's really, really bad cryptos. That's what we're going to teach you in the course. So if you guys are looking to retire potentially earlier, this is your best chance ever. I've never given a webinar when I said, this is one thing you can do to potentially retire earlier. This is one thing you can do in your life to potentially retire earlier. And I truly, truly believe it. That's why I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the cryptocurrency space. Okay, everything that I trade, I always put my money where my mouth is. And I have a lot of money in cryptos. I have money on the sidelines just in case I find more opportunities. But this is a 100% chance, guys, of potentially your best chance ever to retire. Simple and easy. Okay. Let's talk about a couple famous people in the news. Jamie Dimon. Ooh, let's talk about Jamie Dimon. Okay. Jamie Dimon, he called Bitcoin a fraud. Okay. So if you think of what Bitcoin actually does and what it's supposed to do, is it's supposed to transfer money anywhere in the world within seconds for no transaction costs. Reasons why Jamie Dimon probably called Bitcoin a fraud. Reason number one, JP Morgan is on the Legion's board for Ethereum. Ethereum is a close competitor to Bitcoin. Number two, Bitcoin competes against the banks. If there's Bitcoin, then how are the banks going to make money on fractional reserve? So the peer-to-peer system. And number three, he didn't call blockchain technology a scam. He specifically called Bitcoin a scam. So Bitcoin indirectly competes against the government and against the banks around the world. If Bitcoin gets socially accepted, like I think it will, that's done for US dollar. I mean, the banks have already started losing money or not making as much money on their trading desk. If you take away the fact that they can't loan out money and basically they can't transfer money, you know, if I go to the, he's a scam. If I go to the bank and I say to the bank, hey, I want to transfer $10,000 to Thinkorswim for my trading account. They go, okay, I'll take 3 to 5 days and it'll cost you $35. Why does it cost $35? That makes utterly no sense to me. With blockchain and with Bitcoin, you can transfer money anywhere in the world within seconds for a fraction of the cost. And this is why Jamie Dimon probably called Bitcoin a fraud. Bill Gates, he stated that Bitcoin was unstoppable and here to stay in a recent interview with Bloomberg. Okay, one of the richest people in the world said it's here to stay. Janet Yellen, head of the Federal Reserve, has donated millions in research and implementation of cryptocurrencies in society. She's actually no longer head of the Federal Reserve. I forgot the guy's name, but he took over yesterday. He literally took over yesterday. Mike Novogratz. Mike Novogratz is one of the famous, probably, you know, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies head figures. Mike Novogratz, former hedge fund manager, came out of retirement to invest 10% of his net worth into cryptocurrencies. So he's a Fortress guy, Goldman guy. His net worth is about $1.5 billion. And he said, you know what? I believe so much in cryptocurrencies. I'm going to put $150 million into a fund to own cryptocurrencies. And the fund hasn't launched yet, but he's one of the famous people that has invested a lot of his own money into cryptocurrencies. So 3 points to evaluate. Number one, the market is not oversaturated. If you get in now, you're actually getting in an unbelievable opportunity. And the reason you're getting an unbelievable opportunity is due to the fact that we've had a recent sell-off. So the market is not oversaturated. At 400 billion market cap, I think it represents a great opportunity. It got down to about 280 billion market cap. The market is on a major upswing. If you look at any chart, and I wish I had time to go through the charts today. I do not have time to go through the charts today. But if you look at any chart, more or less simple and easy, if you go through the charts, then you will see that weekly and monthly chart, we are so bullish still. So just kind of keep that in mind. We are very, very bullish still. Number 3, like I said, I continue to reiterate and pound this in your head that cryptocurrencies 100% represent the best reward to risk setup of anything out there. Okay. The best reward to risk setup of anything out there in cryptocurrencies from my point of view. Top 5 exchanges, we'll talk about these briefly, and I'm going to talk about the boot camp that we have for you guys. Number 1, Coinbase. Okay, I don't know, 100,000 new accounts every day. So Coinbase. Number 2, Bitfinex, and they actually shut down, so it'd be Bittrex. Number 3, Kraken, BitTC, and Polynex. I actually have money on like 8 exchanges. So I have money on like 8 exchanges. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys to sell everything you own. This guy looks like he's having a garage sale. He's selling everything he has, probably going in the cryptocurrency space. And I'm not saying sell everything you have. Okay. What I'm trying to say to you is every single person in this webinar needs to have money in the cryptocurrency space. I don't care if it's $100, I don't care if it's $100,000, okay? And we're gonna teach you guys in the boot camp how you can go from basically more or less having none in it to having a lot of money in it, okay? We're gonna teach you everything you know. We're gonna teach you the 5 main reasons why cryptocurrencies are gonna go higher. So 5 main reasons. That's number 1. We're gonna teach you how to put money into the exchanges. It's very complicated, very complex. We're going to teach you how to transfer money to another exchange, because a lot of these exchanges, you can only, like, if I want to trade Apple, I can trade it on Thinkorswim. If I want to trade Fossil, I can trade anything on Thinkorswim. In the cryptocurrency space, you're going to need a lot of different exchanges, because not everything trades on the exchange. So we'll show you how to put money into the account. We're going to show you how to put money into from one exchange to another. We're going to show you how to set up private wallets. And the boot camp is about 8.5 hours long. This is our master boot camp. So recap, this needs to be part of your total portfolio. Like I said, it represents the best reward to risk setup. Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to 25,000, and then it's going to 100,000. There are really good cryptos out there, guys, and there's really bad cryptos out there. And this is something we're going to teach you. Because there's really good ones and very bad ones. Today, there's approximately 1,500 cryptocurrencies, okay? So if you just blindly pick them, doesn't mean you're gonna make money. You need to understand and learn which ones are good, which ones are bad. I think at some point in time, there's a chance that 90% of all cryptos go to 0, okay? That's my opinion, could be wrong, okay? Last question is how high can Bitcoin go? Okay, the only way I can look at valuation of Bitcoin is to look at Bitcoin one of 2 ways. I look at how much of the fiat currency it can take. Okay, currently fiat trades $5 to $7 trillion per day. If Bitcoin can move, oh sorry, this is the gold market, the next one's Forex. How much of the gold market it can take, okay? Gold market's about 5 to 7 trillion. If it can go to $1 trillion and get to 15% of the gold market, that's it. I'm not asking for a lot. 15% of the overall gold market. Okay. When we look for flight for safeties, I think going forward, people are going to get out of gold and they're going to go into Bitcoin because they're not going to trust U.S. governments around the world. So if it can get to $15,000, 15% of the gold market, that would put Bitcoin at about $30,000. $30,000 is 4x from here in the next 3 years. How would you like to take 10,000 into $40,000 on the best reward or risk setup of anything possible? Okay, sounds pretty good. Seems almost too good to be true. Then the other way I look at it is the Forex market. So the first way I look at it is I compare it to the gold market. The next one I look at it is the Forex market. Okay, the Forex market trades about $5 trillion a day, with Bitcoin trading about 2.4 billion. Okay, if cryptocurrency market can get to even 1% of the Forex market, that's not that much. 1%, that would be a 10x. That would put Bitcoin at 60,000. If it can take 5%, okay, so basically banks around the world just send money back and forth through currency, right? If Bitcoin can get in there, they need to get on the Lightning Network. They need to make it quicker. They need to make it cheaper. They make it faster. If it can get to 5% of the Forex market, okay, 5%, that would be a 50x. Okay, John McPhee's gone on TV saying that Bitcoin's going to $1 million. Okay, and people laugh. They say you're crazy. The thing is that Bitcoin is just a supply demand between buyers and sellers. More aggressive buyers, price goes higher. It's about user base. People were crazy when they thought that Amazon could go to $1 trillion. When in 1999, all Amazon was doing was losing money. But Amazon and Jeff Bezos were smart. They realized as long as they got a user base, then they can sell them anything. Now Amazon is valued at the highest market cap of anything in the world. Bitcoin is the exact same way. If they can get, people to adapt to Bitcoin, if you start transferring money around the world using Bitcoin instead of banks, they're going to take over some of the fiat currency. And this is why Bitcoin could move potentially to $1 million. So are you ready to take the next steps? We have a crypto boot camp we're going to offer you guys today. It is the ultimate course on making money with digital currency trading. What happens in this course is it allows you to take your knowledge to the next level, and it allows you to really get a feel on what it's like to become an active participant in the cryptocurrency trading, investing, margin trading, and lending world. So this course, guys, we have sold hundreds of these. Who is this course good for? Because a lot of guys might say, I don't understand about anything about cryptos. And maybe some of you guys are like, I know everything about cryptos. This course is really good for anybody, beginner, intermediate, or expert. Anybody who wants to potentially retire 20 years earlier, okay? I have a lot of money in cryptos. I'm going to continue to put money in cryptos if they go lower, okay? The reason why I put money in cryptos is I truly believe that they're going to 10x. I have a lot of friends that just sit around and we talk about cryptos literally all day long, okay? We go dinners. Within 10 minutes of any entrepreneurship conversation, it's Bitcoin. And there's so many reasons, and I wish I could sit here today and tell you guys the reasons why Bitcoin is going to go up, but you're going to have to get the boot camp. And number 3, anybody who wants to diversify their portfolio, okay? It is a hedge against the stock market, in my opinion, okay? If the stock market crashes, and we're starting to see a correction here, if the stock market correction, 20%, 30%, there's going to always be a flight to safety. They will sell stocks, and they're going to liquidate and put it into something. What are they going to put it into? I think they're going to put it into cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Okay, it is your flight to safety against the U.S. stock market, as we see the VIX trading $30 today. Okay, I don't remember the last time the VIX traded $30. So what we are offering you guys today, I'm going to put the link in here. It's optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. Okay. If anybody has any questions, this is a good time to ask questions. And I'm going to show you something really quickly. Okay, optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. Okay, only 25 spots available, guys. We have sold out of this before in the past, and we have 25 spots, and this is your best chance ever to retire. What we'll teach you in the boot camp, it is 8.5 hours long. It is on demand, and you will get it for perpetuity. So if you ever want to go back and review the information, you can go back and review the information. Okay. What we're going to teach you is the 5 main reasons why Bitcoin is going to go to $100,000. So at the end of the presentation, and I have an inbox full of testimonials, maybe I'll bring up here too. Okay, you'll get a bonus twice a month mentoring sessions with a cryptocurrency trader who has taken $30,000 into $600,000. Okay, so not only do you get the course, which is 8.5 hours on demand and DVD, you're going to get mentoring sessions. Okay, another bonus, We're going to send you proprietary videos of how to put money into your account, into a private wallet, and then back on an exchange, because this kind of stuff is very complicated and very complex. Another bonus, you're going to get a spreadsheet of our top 5 crypto plays, and I'll be honest, guys, it's not going to be the normal ones, okay? It's going to be other ones. This is a $4,000 value, and we're offering today for a one-time price of $497. So it's optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin, okay? This is not a subscription, guys. You only pay for it once, and then you're going to own it for life. Let me just kind of show you guys my testimonials in here. And this is all in my inbox. So Jenny Marquez says, Andrew, you're very impressive, great teacher, mentor, and very generous. Looking forward to learning more. Hi, Andrew. I love it. Made money in cryptos. Signal with the dash $560. Wanted to give myself a little bit more confidence. Great job. I made money on IOTA, 29% in a week. Learning a lot from the course. Part-time boot camp. I mean, like, this is literally an inbox full of testimonials. From Redondo Beach, I made $550 on a $400 investment in cryptocurrencies, up 137% in 3 weeks. All these just continue to go on. Thanks for the boot camp. I want to give a testimony of the crypto, worth every single penny. Okay, so we started selling this. It's been a great sale. Let me say a couple things about this. I have this open for questions if you guys want to ask any questions. So this is a $4,000 value, guys. It's a one-time purchase. Okay, you don't never have to pay again. It's not a subscription. You don't have to worry about your credit card getting hit, which, you know, I know some people don't like. So I see James is in. I see Dan is in. I see Jeremy is in. I see Lance is in. I see Sean is in. A lot of people signed up, guys. We only have 25 spots available. It's optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. Let me talk about what you get one more time. You will get a complete 8.5-hour boot camp that will take you from beginner 101, not knowing anything about cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin, to learning everything you need to know to invest in your future. Okay, don't you want to retire early? Don't you want to have more time for your wife or your husband or your kids or your family, maybe your dog? That's what I spend most of my time with. So you're going to get that. Plus, you're going to get mentoring sessions with a trader twice a month for a year. So that is 24 mentoring sessions you're going to get total. Those are private group mentoring sessions. You know, we charge usually $1,000 just for that. You're going to get another bonus of videos of how to put money into an account, into a private wallet, back in the exchange, and then back into your wallet. 5 bonuses, okay, of the top 5 names we like, and it's not going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Ripple. I'll tell you that. Another bonus, and that's it. So it's $497. I see my inbox coming in. Drew is in. Josh is in. The link is optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully you enjoyed this presentation, and I'll pass it over to MTI when I have about 10 seconds left. Thanks, guys. Optionsonthefloor.com/Bitcoin. You'll never be charged ever again.